All right, so we said that, financial freedom is doing what you want, when you want, and how you want. That's the end of the show, right? We should probably just close up shop and go ahead and sign off and say, yeah. That's not the case, though, because we said there are 5 levels of wealth. We've talked about the 4, but most people only know about the 4. They only think about the financial freedom. But we believe that there is a level of wealth above and beyond that. There is something even past financial freedom, and I think it's probably the most important level of wealth.
I think freedom is one of those things where it's really a math equation. It's a number. But let me give you why I know that there is another step in this. Is because if it was just about the money, how come every lottery winner isn't living their abundant life? Mm-hmm. Why is it that there's professional athletes that come into just windfalls of money coming their way and they still go broke? Money, it is so beyond just the numbers and the math of it. You better, if you want to know the 5 levels of wealth, there's a reason that we've put this at the tippity top of this hierarchy, and that's living in abundance.
That's right. Abundance means that money is now nothing more than a tool at your disposal. Remember, money has been a tool the entire time, but what you've done is you have now reached financial freedom so that you have enough money that now it is simply a tool. Let's talk, Brian, a little bit about what abundance is and what abundance is not. Abundance is, and you just said this, it's focusing on mindset. It's not so much about the dollars and cents. It's not about mathematics. It's about mindset, wisdom, and attitude.
And that's why this is the squishy stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, it's hard to talk about this stuff. It's hard to, but I think we are the perfect tour guides for this because I think it is sitting at the intersection of the math or the wealth of the situation, the number, but also aligning your purpose. And let me, and I, just like we talked about in step 4, when you get to freedom, it's doing what you want, when you want, and how you want. That sounds so sexy and cool, but I'm telling you, there's a maturity to abundance that lets you know that it's knowing who you are, meaning you're comfortable in your skin. It's knowing what you value. You're no longer moving the goalposts. You know what's empty. You know what brings you purpose. And it's the part where you wake up every day feeling like you're doing you're living your best life. That's the part. And here's what I thought about this long and hard because I knew that there were going to be a lot of people who watch this show and they're going to go, abundance, that seems like these guys just pulled something out that tied into their catchphrase and they did it. No, here, walk with me on this visual. When we're going through the financial order of operations or any journey, we have the line of the steps of the financial order of operations. It's walking you through the mathematics or the process in the system. And that's a separate line. That is a math calculation. A lot of this is math-based. I don't want to get you. But in the background, there is a completely different line that is built off of the time, the wisdom, all the things you learn about who you are and what you value and all those things that I just said in that statement. That is a completely separate line that's building as you go through life. And at some point, if you can ever get the chance, because not everybody reaches this, there will be an intersection point. This is where the math and the wealth intersect with the purpose or all the things that bring you value in life. And then, voila, you have reached the tippity top, and not many people get it, but I'm trying to help you get there. That's what I love about we get to create this content is I want you to be the best version of your financial self and understanding the difference between the math as well as all the stuff and wisdom you're hoping to catch will be the thing that sets you free and puts you at this pinnacle.
Yeah, because when you know that you've figured out the math, when you know that you solved the math problem, abundance is having enough. It does not mean that you will not become more wealthy. It does not mean that things won't grow, but you're not trying to push the goalpost. You have honed in on who you are, what you value, and what brings you purpose, and that's enough. Because of that, abundance is not a dollar amount. You could have $10 million and not have achieved abundance.
It is a component, though.
It is a component. It's a component, but it's not. You could have $1 million and you could be at financial abundance. So it is not about, do I have enough zeros after my name in my bank account? It's also not about accomplishing specific financial goals. It's bigger than goals. Your goals are going to happen. You're going to be able to check those, but it's not like, okay, as soon as I retire, then I'm in financial abundance. Or as soon as I hit a $5 million net worth, then I'm in financial abundance. It's more than that. It's a mindset. It's a mentality shift that is not purely mathematical.
We're going to go through in a second signs you're doing it right, but here's what I would encourage you, because a lot of you are going to watch this, and it's such an aspirational thing. You're going to say, but how does this pertain to me, whether you're in steps 1, 2, 3, even 4 with building that freedom? If you're on the journey, if you're trying to prepare yourself for abundance, is that you really need to go back to that statement of knowing who you are, what you value, and what brings you purpose, because it's all on that journey of going through the financial order of operations.
Because you can figure those things out early.
You can figure those things out, but while the money's building in the background, you are building that wisdom of who I am, what brings me happiness, what are the things that I love to do, what are the memories that I'm trying to focus on blossoming-wise, how do I bedazzle my basic life so I don't wake up in my 60s with all this money, but then have regrets about my 20s and 30s because I lived like a miser. All of those things are tied into knowing who you are, what you value, and what brings you purpose. So lean into the fact of learning all those different elements while the money and the math is building in the background.
So let's talk about some signs that you're doing it right. Here's the very first one. You're content and you're satisfied. There are a lot of very wealthy people that cannot check this box. They are discontent and dissatisfied, I would argue, even though they have more money than they know what to do with, they have not achieved financial abundance. They may have achieved financial freedom, but not financial abundance. In abundance, in that level of wealth, you have satisfaction. If you recognize I'm right where I need to be, doing what I need to be doing.
If you get to freedom, meaning you've built up a huge bucket of money, but you didn't spend the time on the mindset stuff, you're going to find that the money's empty.
Yep.
And that's why you see, we've done studies on how many rich, unhappy people are out there. It's because they didn't put enough time into the mindset, into the abundance that we were talking about, that they get there and they realize if you just focus on the number only, you're going to be disappointed. It's going to be empty because you reached your goal and the goal was empty.
Yep.
This is about the journey of the mindset, so it doesn't end when you reach a specific number because you're living your life in the best version of your life.
That's right. Now you get to focus on the things that you love, the things that make you happy. Maybe that's traveling. Maybe that's spending time with family. Maybe that's pouring into the younger generation. Whatever that thing is for you, you've reached both a financial point to where the math allows you to do that, and a mindset point that you're doing the things that you want to be doing that are purposeful and meaningful to you, and you get to do them in the way that you want to do them.
Yeah, this is a great point to kind of close it out, is to say, I hope most of you, I know it's an aspirational goal, but do prioritize relationships, focus on figuring out what do you enjoy doing, what brings you happiness and value, because that's where fulfillment, if you can bring all this together, it really, money is that tool that can hopefully amplify the best version of yourself. Ask yourself, because I know a lot of you aren't going to be at abundance. I get that. It's a very small subsect, but you are going to be able to say, hey, what small decision can I make today that's going to bring me my great, big, beautiful tomorrow? Because that's really what we're trying to help you make the decision. And really part of that is leaning into what do you value, what makes you happy, and how do you have purpose in your life?